The committee's study of the Central Intelligence Agency's Detention and Interrogation Program is a report compiled by the bipartisan United States Senate Select Committee on Intelligence about the Central Intelligence Agency's Detention and Interrogation Program and its use of torture during interrogation in U.S. government bulletins on detainees in CIA custody. More than 6,700-page report, including 38,000 footnotes, details the history of the CIA's Detention and Interrogation Program and the committee's 20 findings and conclusions. On December 9, 2014, the SSCI released a 525-page portion that consisted of key findings and an executive summary of the full report. It took more than 5 years to complete. The full unredacted report remains classified. Today's summary: CIA resumes use of the enhanced interrogation techniques on an individual basis. Interrogations are based on fabricated data. In May 2004, the Office of Legal Counsel, then led by Assistant Attorney General Jack Goldsmith, informed the CIA's Office of General Counsel that it had never formally opined on whether the use of the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques in the CIA program was consistent with U.S. constitutional standards. Goldsmith also raised concerns about divergences between the CIA's proposed enhanced interrogation techniques, as described in the August 1st, 2002 memorandum, and their actual application, as described in the CIA Inspector General's special review. In late May 2004, the Director of Central Intelligence, George Tenet, suspended the use of the CIA's enhanced and standard interrogation techniques, pending updated approvals from the Office of Legal Counsel. On August 4, 2004, DCI Tenet issued a formal memorandum suspending the use of the CIA's interrogation techniques, pending policy and legal review. Same day, the CIA sought reaffirmation of the program from the National Security Council. National Security Advisor Condoleezza Rice responded, noting that the next logical step is for the Attorney General to complete the relevant legal analysis now in preparation. On June 10th, 2004, the foreign government captured Jamal Gull, an individual believed, based on reporting from the CIA source, to have information about al-Qaeda plans to attack the United States prior to the 2004 presidential election. In October of 2004, the CIA source who provided the information on the pre-election threat and implicated Gull and others admitted to fabricating the information. However, as early as March 2004, CIA officials internally expressed doubts about the validity of the CIA source information. On July 2nd, 2004, the CIA met with National Security Advisor Condoleezza Rice and other National Security Council officials, White House counsel Alberto Gonzales, as well as the Attorney General and the Deputy Attorney General, to seek authorization to use the CIA's enhanced interrogations have saved American lives, that more than half of the CIA detainees would not cooperate until they were interrogated using the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques, and that unless CIA interrogators can use a full range of enhanced interrogation methods, it is unlikely that CIA will be able to obtain current threat information from Hamid Gull in a timely manner. Hamid Gull was not yet in CIA custody. On July 6, 2004, National Security Advisor Condoleezza Rice sent a memorandum to DCI Tenet stating that the CIA was permitted to use previously approved enhanced interrogation methods for Hamid Gull, with the exception of the waterboard. Rice offered to assist the CIA in obtaining additional guidance from the Attorney General and National Security Council principals on an expedited basis, and noted the CIA's agreement to provide additional information about the waterboard technique in order for the Department of Justice to assess its legality. Rice's memorandum further documented that the CIA had informed her that Gull likely has information about pre-election terrorist attacks against the United States as a result of Gull's close ties to individuals involved in these alleged plots. The meeting on July 20th, 2004, National Security Council principals, including the Vice President, provided their authorization for the CIA to use its enhanced interrogation techniques again, with the exception of the waterboard on Jamac Gull. Experienced auditory and visual hallucinations were part of the program. According to a cable, Jamac Gull was not oriented to time or place, and CIA officers that he saw his wife and children in the mirror and had heard their voices in the white noise. The questioning of Jamac Gull continued, although the CIA ceased using the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques for several days. According to a CIA cable, Gull asked to die or just be killed. After continued interrogation sessions with Gull, on August 19, 2004, CIA detention site personnel wrote that the interrogation team does not believe Gull is withholding imminent threat information. On August 21st, 2004, a cable from CIA headquarters stated that Jamac Gull is believed to possess threat information and that the use of enhanced interrogations is appropriate in order to obtain that information. On that day, on August 21st, 2004, CIA interrogators resumed using the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques against Gull. Gull continued not to provide any reporting on the pre-election threat described by the CIA source. On August 25th, 2004, CIA interrogators sent a cable to CIA headquarters stating that Jamac Gull may not possess all that the CIA believes him to know. The interrogators added that many issues linking Gull to al-Qaeda are derived from single source reporting. Nonetheless, CIA interrogators continued to question Gull on the pre-election threat. According to an August 26, 2004 cable, after a 47-hour session of standing sleep deprivation, Jamac Gull was returned to his cell, allowed to remove his diaper, given a towel and a meal, and permitted to sleep. In October 2004, the CIA conducted a blank of the CIA source who had identified Gull as having knowledge of attack planning for the pre-election threat. Blank, the CIA source admitted to fabricating the information. Gull was subsequently transferred to a foreign government. On blank, informed the CIA that Jamac Gull had been released. Jamac Gull never provided the threat information the CIA originally told the National Security Council that Gull possessed, nor did the use of the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques against Gull produce the immediate threat information that could save American lives, which had been the basis for the CIA to seek authorization to use the technique. As described elsewhere in this summary, the CIA's justification for employing its enhanced interrogation techniques on Jamac Gull, the first detainee to be subjected to the techniques following the May 2004 suspension, changed over time. After having initially cited Gull's knowledge of the pre-election threat as reported by the CIA source, the CIA began representing that its enhanced interrogation techniques were required for Gull to deny the existence of the threat, thereby disproving the credibility of the CIA source. On August 11, 2004, in the midst of the interrogation of Jamac Gull using the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques, CIA Attorney Blank wrote a letter to Acting Assistant Attorney General Dan Levin with brief biographies of 4 individuals whom the CIA hoped to detain. Given the requirement at the time that the CIA seek individual approval from the Department of Justice before using the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques against the detainee, the CIA letter states, "We are providing these preliminary biographies in preparation for a future request for a legal opinion on their subsequent interrogation in CIA control. 2 of the individuals, Abu Faraj al-Libi and Hamza Rabi, had not yet been captured, and thus the biographies made no reference to their interrogations or the need to use the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques. The 3rd individual, Abu Talha al-Pakistani, was in foreign government custody. His debriefings by a foreign government blank were described in the letter as only moderately effective because Abu Talha was distracting those questioning him with non-critical information that is truthful but is not related to operational planning. The 4th individual, Ahmed Talafan Galani, was also in foreign government custody and being debriefed by foreign government officials. According to the letter, Galani's foreign government debriefings were ineffective because Galani had denied knowledge of current threats. The letter described reporting on the pre-election threat. much of which came from the CIA source. In the context of all four individuals, Ahmed Gilani and Abu Faraj al-Libi were eventually rendered to CIA custody and subjected to the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques. On September 2004, after the CIA had initiated a counterintelligence review of the CIA source who had reported on the pre-election threat, but prior to the CIA source blank, the CIA took custody of Sharif al-Masri, whom the CIA source had reported would also have information about the threat. Intelligence provided by Sharif al-Masri while he was in foreign government custody resulted in the dissemination of more than 30 CIA intelligence reports. After entering CIA custody, Sharif al-Masri expressed his intent to cooperate with the CIA, indicated that he was frightened of interrogation because he had been tortured without being interrogated in blank. The CIA nonetheless sought approval to use the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques against al-Masri because of his failure to provide information on the pre-election threat. After approximately a week of interrogating al-Masri with the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques, including sleep deprivation, had coincided with auditory hallucinations, CIA interrogators reported that al-Masri had been motivated to participate at the time of his arrival. Despite al-Masri's repeated descriptions of torture in blank, the CIA transferred al-Masri to that government's custody after approximately 3 months of CIA detention. As in the case of Jamaat Gul and Sharif al-Masri, the CIA's requests for the Office of Legal Counsel advice on the use of the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques against Ahmed Kalfan Gilani were based on the fabricated reporting on the pre-election threat from the same CIA source. Like Jamaat Gul and Sharif al-Masri, Gilani also experienced auditory hallucinations following sleep deprivation. As described in this summary, after having opined on the legality of the CIA's enhanced interrogation techniques on these 3 individual detainees, the Office of Legal Counsel did not opine again on the CIA's enhanced interrogation program until May of 2005.